Hello, Curios. Welcome to the Curio Storyteller, where we take old books from yesteryear, read them, do a little cosplay of the characters in them, and we like to, talk about the characters through a psychological, funny lens. So for today, we're doing it's a super scary Saturday sleepover, and we're doing the book 30 Chilling Tales, Short and Shivery. It doesn't have an author, so we ain't even gonna go there. We're gonna throw Oreo Jr. over there where it's safe so he can get comfortable for the story. And let's get started. You ready, Scott?
Right.
Let's go. This is a Russian tale called The Ghost Cap.
The ghost cat.
Yeah, like cap.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Like no cap, like the children say.
All right.
In a certain village, there was a girl who was as full of mischief as she was lazy. Oh boy, it's one of them stories, y'all. Though her mother and father would nag her to help with the cooking or mending or sweeping, she would slip away to meet with her friends who were as useless as she was. Okay, they all bums, baby. They said we ain't doing nothing. Nothing. They would sit on the bank of the river, gossiping and chattering away, while their mothers washed the clothes and spread them out on the banks to dry near the churchyard. Is anyone else thinking, just don't wash their clothes and leave them for them kids to wash themselves? Is anybody you thinking that, Scott, Oreo Jr.?
Sure.
You guys out there? Because that's what I would do. They just would have dirty clothes until they washed them themselves.
All right.
Anyway, back to the story. One day, Anya and her friends began talking about who was the boldest. The boasting went on and on until Anya finally declared, I'm not afraid of anything. I got thug life tatted on my chest.
All right.
One of them parts is not true. Y'all guess. Well, then, said one young man, Ivan, if you're not afraid, go at midnight to the graveyard. My father and uncle say there's a ghost who sits on a tombstone there from the stroke of midnight until the first light of morning. Okay, he just hanging out at the graveyard. It sounds like he might just be a homeless person, but whatever. He's just hanging out there at the graveyard. Go, make the ghost tell you his name, and I'll believe that no one is as brave as you. And I'll give you the silver buttons off my jacket that you've admired for so long. Okay, how much was that coat, sir, with silver buttons?
Yeah, really.
Okay, Miss Mary Mac.
Now you can button your jacket up.
Yeah, he like Miss Mary Mac with silver buttons, buttons, buttons all down her back. Remember that, Miss Mary Mac? Oh, those, said the greedy girl with the toss of her braids. I've had to have more than them to go to the graveyard at midnight and meet a ghost. In fact, she did not believe there was any ghost because she knew that the young man's father and uncles were notorious for the amount of vodka they drank. Okay, my girl said your uncle and your daddy is drunks. Okay, that old man that they see sitting there, that's their drinking buddy, honey. Okay, he the old drunk from down the street. Okay, that's who that man is. Okay, she said, let me repeat that one more time because that's hilarious for a scary story. Okay, because she knew that the young man's father and uncle were notorious for the amount of vodka they drank.
Russians like the vodka.
They like their vodka, baby. Okay, cheers to that. They were often seeing spirits in the night because they downed too many glasses of liquor. Mm. If you'll do it, I'll give you 2 lengths of lace, said one girl, and I'll give you 20 kopecks. I hope I didn't mispronounce. If I did, I'm sorry. I think that's their currency. Offered, or the currency of that time. Offered another girl. Soon Anya had extracted promises from all sorts of things from her friends. She vowed to go to the graveyard that very night at the stroke of midnight and force the ghost to tell her his name. The ghost is probably just a homeless, like drunk person, but whatever. Okay. Okay. When she went home that evening, her mother grumbled, "The dust is piling up in the corner of every room because you won't do your sweeping." "Soon," said Anya, taking out her favorite embroidered jacket and beginning to cut off the wooden buttons, thinking how grand Ivan's silver ones would lead or would look in their stead. Her father cleared his throat impatiently. "You be better off learning to cook a decent meal and do an honest day's work than worrying about how you look. You'll unalive a pauper in rags if you don't have a care." Girl, you're gonna be out there in the graveyard at midnight till the morning. That's what your daddy's saying. "Never," said the girl, thinking about the lace and kopecks and other things her cleverness would win her this night. Her parents just threw up their hands and shook their head at each other. Should have got a belt. Shortly before midnight, when her mother and father were asleep, Anya pulled on her shawl and slipped out of the cottage. She planned to walk to the edge of the churchyard because she was sure some of her friends would be watching from their windows to be sure she was doing what she promised. When she got there, she intended to turn right around and come home. Pause for the cause. Shout out to her, because that's exactly what I would have did. I think there was another Fairy Tale Friday where I said, "Why don't you just say that you went there and don't go there?" Like, duh. I'm here with Anya. I'm not here for all the stuff she does, but this right here, I'm here for it. Who else with me? Put in the comment section. Scott, you with me on that?
I'm with you. It was the one about the snake hunt.
Yeah, period. That one. I wouldn't have went all the I would have been like, I went, yeah. Anyway, back to the story, y'all. Sorry. In the morning, she would tell her friends the ghost was the ghost of old Peter, who had unalived the spring before. That would satisfy them, and they would have to give her the things they had promised. Okay, girl, I ain't even mad at it because I probably would have did it. So you know what? Let me just tell y'all: don't take dares with me if I got to do something scary, because clearly I'm not going to do it. Warning. This pre-warning.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So she strolled to the crumbling, low stone wall around the cemetery. She pushed her way through the rusting gate. The full moon shone brightly, filling the place with pale light. Oh, let me get our full moon. We got a full moon set here. It's a moon. Oh, that's Mercury. Whatever. Oh, sorry. Wrong puzzle, y'all. Sorry. We got to get the right one. Oh, it's a full moon. Oh,
Wow.
it's the puzzle I haven't done yet. Oh, it's a full moon out here. Filling the place with pale light. Just inside, she saw what looked like a corpse dressed in white from head to toe, sitting on a tombstone. Mm-hmm. There you go. There you go. There I go. There I go. Uh-oh. Anya wasn't the least bit afraid. She thought it was Ivan playing a joke on her. She ran up to the figure and pulled the cap off, shouting, "You won't frighten me. I got thug like tatted on my chest." One of them parts is not in this book. Y'all can guess which one. The ghostly figure held his peace, never uttering a word. "Are you a ghost waiting for the stroke of midnight to speak?" she teased. So it's not even midnight. So the uncles ain't even, and the daddy ain't even have it right. It's not even midnight yet. "Or are you the boy who will have no silver buttons on his jacket in the morning?" Who you with? What clique you with? Laughing, she ran back through the moon splattered streets. When she got home, she looked closer at her prize and found it was a moldy white cap, half filled with loose earth. Okay, I'm gonna put my cap back on because I'm not really well. I'm playing the ghost, but I need my hat. Ugh! She cried, tossing it into a dusty corner of her room. Then she blew out the candle and climbed back into bed. 3 times she came to wake up thinking she heard someone tapping on the window. In the raising wind, she thought she heard a voice whispering, "Give me back my cap. Give me back my cap." But each time she relit the candle and threw open the shutters, she discovered only darkness. Finally, she slept soundly until the morning. The next day, she met with her friends on the riverbank. She told them that she had gone to the churchyard the night before, and the two girls admitted they had been spying on her and had indeed seen her walking down the lane towards the cemetery. "Did you meet the ghost?" asked Ivan. "To be sure," said Anya. "It's the spirit of old Peter who unalived last spring. He told me so himself. Then I snatched his cap as pure proof. Here it is." She held out the dirt stained cap, enjoying the way her friend shuddered and pulled away from the trophy. Only Ivan scratched out a finger to touch it. Anya tossed it at him, but he jerked away, so it fell into the grass between them. "Don't you want your cap back?" she teased. "Since you lost it last night." "I've never seen the thing before," said Ivan. Then he reached into his pocket and dropped the silver jacket buttons into Anya's cupped hands. "You're a liar," Anya laughed. "But you pay your debts like an honest man." Then she gathered up the rest of her prizes from her friends and hurried back home to hide them away. She paused only long enough to crumple the white cap into a ball and toss it into the ocean because yes, into the river. I'm sorry, into the river because she wants some smoke. Okay, she like that smoke. She want that smoke. Okay, here we go. The night, long after everyone was asleep, in the hour just before dawn, there came an angry tapping on the shutter of Anya's bedroom window. "Give me back my cap," a voice moaned. But the girl, sleeping heavily of silver buttons and lace, never woke up because she don't give a damn. But her mother did and woke Anya's father. They opened the window and saw a ghastly figure in the moonlight. "What do you want?" asked the mother, trembling. "My cap, which your daughter stole. Cause she a thug. She a goon." Just at that moment, the cocks began to crow, and the ghost disappeared. Anya's parents woke her up. "Foolish girl, what have you done?" demanded her father. Then he told her what he and the mother had seen from their window. "It's only Ivan," said Anya, pulling the clothes up around her head. "He's always playing tricks." Her parents pleaded with her to give back the cap, but she said she had tossed it into the river on her way home, and that was that. Alarmed, the girl's mother and father sent for the village priest, told him about their horrible visitor, and begged him to help. "You can perform a service to rid us of this ghost, can't you?" they asked. Girl, no. Let me just answer that for no. But let's see here. The priest considered for a while, then told them to bring their daughter to church the next day, only if a hole didn't open up and swallow her whole, because this chick is a mess, okay? So on the following day, Anya was dragged to church, protesting loudly that she had buttons and lace to sew on her favorite coat. Yeah. The priest had asked a number of villagers to come and add prayers to help lay the troubled spirit to rest. Is anybody else thinking just go down to the liquor store and get some vodka and just tell them don't come back no more? Because I feel like this is just the town drunk, honey. But what do I know? Just as the service had nearly finished, a terrible whirlwind rose. The entire church was shaken, and everyone was hurled to the floor. But Anya was thrown down with even greater force. A single blood curdling scream escaped from her lips. "Ah!" Yeah. Then everything went silent, and the whirlwind was stilled. But when the terrified people picked themselves up and looked towards the altar, there on the bottom step, where Anya had been kneeling, was nothing but a single braid of her hair and one silver jacket button. That's it, y'all. That's it. The end. Y'all know how we end these things. What stood out to y'all, or what did y'all learn, or what did you care to share? Put it in the comment section for y'all. Scott, what did you learn? What stood out to you? What do you care to share?
Don't mess with ghost things.
No. I mean, duh, I thought we had that, even if you got Thug Life tatted on your chest.
Indeed.
Yeah. I guess I second what Scott said. Don't if it ain't yours, don't mess with it. Leave it be, because sometimes you play around with people and they come and play around with you. Okay? That's what I got. That's what stood out.
Advice doesn't have to be a ghost.
Don't play with nobody nothing. Okay? If a squirrel got a nut that it hid in the ground, don't touch it, because it may come back for you. Crows really do. If somebody got something and you see it and you want it, don't mess with it, because they may come back and mess with you. Okay, that's it. Did you have anything else?
Nothing else.
Okay, guys. Well, we are going to conclude this live. We're going to end it here. We'll be back in, I always say 30 minutes. It could be 10, it could be 30. I don't know. Okay. We'll be right back with Sinclair Smith Dream Date. But in the meantime, in between time, we're going to end this live here. So as always, guys, we enjoy having you guys, and hopefully you guys enjoy hanging out with us. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, check out some other lives, maybe some shorts, maybe some videos, all that fun stuff. Make yourself at home on this channel, honey. This is about curio weirdness. So from wherever we are, even when we're hanging out with, our friends, drunk uncle and father, and the town drunk in the, cemetery, to wherever you guys are, peace, love, and happiness. And we'll, end this here, but we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, guys, bye. Scott, are you gonna tell the people bye?
Oh, sorry, bye.